Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. If you suffered through that last episode, Pinnacle Station, for that full hour and a few minutes, you get a gold star. Because, man, I didn't realize it was going to be that long, too. But I'm kind of glad it's all in one episode. Because it's just, yeah, it's Pinnacle Station, what can you expect? But we did enjoy ourselves at Entice, didn't we? We picked up some good stuff. Yeah, remember I mean, I didn't mention it. It happened. It is in the lineup of things you can buy there at Entice. But yeah, Berserker armor for Rex is insane with damage protection. I mean, Colossus I think goes up to 65% damage protection. So the extra 10%. I mean, if he gets hit by a bullet that's going to deliver 100 points of damage, and all his shields are actually gone. That bullet's going to be only giving him 25 points of damage. And that's... So yeah, I mean, 4 times the amount of shots he has to take before it does the same amount of damage. And that's before he's even done any immunity, which adds more to the damage protection. So yeah, he's certifiably, unstoppably tank. So, anyway. Also, this wasn't picked up at Pinnacle Station. After the buying and I swapped some stuff around and I went over and sold some stuff, I happened to notice that the Normandy Quartermaster there is selling Colossus 9 armor for Turians. So I'm like, yay! So yeah, I think 65 will be the max for his if we find a Colossus 10. But yeah, he's in good shape too now, our Garrus. So yeah, pretty good. And as I have equipped on my guns, I now have Frictionless Materials 10, which does a lot of heat damping and some damage. Of course, the rail extensions and tungsten rounds. So yeah, and then on my armor, I now have the Medical Exoskeleton 10s, so, dual ones. So I get 23% on each on the reduction in power cooldown. So very, very good news there. Okay, so we're going to move on. And I already said I want to do a story mission next, but it kind of... I mean, there's one thing I want to do before that story mission, and it kind of makes more sense to actually go do that thing if we actually already know which story mission we're going to do next. So let's sort that out now. Alright, let's start here. Race Against Time is kind of an oddball, because it just tells us that he's searching for the conduit, and that we have to be on the lookout, basically. And it doesn't really tell us how exactly. I mean, if you open up this thing, it'll say search in all the other story missions. Search in Virmire, search in Noveria, search in Pharos for the clues that will help you piece together. So this really doesn't even apply until after we've done all the story missions that actually have a destination associated with them. Alright, Noveria, of course, we picked up a long time ago, and although the Council promised that they would send us any more information that they happened to uncover about things, they never did give us an update on Noveria, which means it's still Geth interest. It means there's still no ongoing attack there. But Virmire appears to be something a little more pressing, or urgent possibly. Solarian STG, Special Task Group, that's on Virmire. They were investigating Saren, and they set up a communication on a mission-critical channel, and it was nothing but garbled and static when the Council received it. So something might be going on there, and it sounds to me like it's the more pressing one. So yeah, we're going to Virmire next. I also like to be a bit of a nonconformist. Most playthroughs I watch of this game do Virmire last. It does seem to fit better. I think the game was designed with that in mind, even though it's not a requirement. Certainly, when you're done with Virmire, you're kind of energized. You're kind of feeling like it's time to solve this issue, this story, and get to the bottom of what the hell Saren's up to. But it's not a requirement again, so we're going to go ahead and do it now, even though Noveria's still waiting. So let's talk about Virmire briefly. I'm going to take a little jog, keep myself in shape here. The shit gets real in Virmire. It does move the story quite a bit, and I kind of have to mention something that's a bit of a spoiler if you've never played this game. So if you are watching this and you really don't know what happens in Virmire, then I kind of recommend that you just skip ahead, go to the next episode, enjoy Virmire, maybe come back here later. But if not, then you already know what's happening. And indeed, we're going to lose a squad mate. And it's not just any squad mate. We're going to lose one of the human squad mates. It's going to be either Ash or Caden. And I'm going to be the one that will have to decide which one. Just part of the way this game was designed. And so, as you play this game, or as you watch others play this game, one of the things you kind of notice is that there's a bit of a disparity between the blind Let's Plays and the ones that know what's going on. And typically, the blind ones don't really have any kind of value judgment that doesn't fit the character, is what I'm trying to say. Meaning that they'll find Ash to be racist, and they'll find Caden to be a little dull, and they'll find Liara to be a little bit awkward, and Talia a little screechy and kind of young sounding, and Garrison and Rex tend to be like the superheroes and everyone's favorites. And it's just developed based on how you get to know these characters. They don't have any death wish on them at all. They don't dislike them for any any reason that isn't based on the actual character that's being presented there. But when you watch a playthrough that knows what's happening, typically, and this I would say happens more than the majority of the time, is that the character will start to rationalize a reason to dislike one of the squad mates, one of the human squad mates, and it's kind of pronounced, I would say. And it's kind of easy to tell which of the humans is going to survive Virmire. And I've really been trying to be careful about that, not letting that leak which one I'm going to pick, because I really don't dislike either of them. I think that their flaws are just, well, human. So I've decided, of course, which one I want to keep, and it's really going to be strategic. I mean, well, strategic and novelty. For the strategy side of it, the truth is, now that I've done Pinnacle Station, my need for a soldier is kind of withered away. And so I'm very sorry, Ash. You'll be left behind on Virmire, and not because I want you to be left behind on Virmire. It's because the game is going to force me to choose. And when it comes to strategy, I'm going to want another lift, another neural shock, another throw, another sabotage, another overload. I mean, yeah, Caden duplicates my powers, but my powers are pretty damn good. And having two of each, I'm sorry, that is... I mean, granted, with all this Colossus armor, with all these level 10 mods already, I'm pretty much unstoppable now. I could probably do all of these alone from here on out. But hey, you know, I still have to make this choice, right? And believe me, let me make this very clear. I would not pick, if I had a choice between killing one of them or letting both of them live, it wouldn't even be a question. I would do whatever it took, however hard, however difficult the game would make that puzzle to save them both be. I would do it, and I'd win, and I'd do it until I got it done. And because I would prefer this full team to go with me throughout the full game. I mean, I don't dislike any of them. So, and the novelty factor in this decision is that I think I read somewhere that's like more than 80% of the people who play this game save Ashley. So, in my desire to be slightly standing apart from the crowd, bringing Caden seemed like a good idea. And by the way, let me make this also clear. The fact that I'm romancing him in this game, it has nothing to do with it whatsoever. I'm one of my shepherds. I think it was, what was her name? The engineer, my engineer fem-shep, also romanced Caden and left him behind on Virmire. Because she was kind of curious about whether there would be any kind of parting nod to our relationship at that point of the decision. and like Caden saying, "I love you. I wish we could have been, something or whatever." No, absolutely no difference whether you're in a relationship or not on that decision, which is kind of weird to me. I kind of think that's oversight there, but yeah, that's nothing to do with that. There's one place where you'll actually see that our being in a relationship has some effect on the dialogue, but it's actually after Virmire is finished, and therefore he has to survive in order to even get to that point. So, but yeah, that's one thing I have been very a little bit overt about, is that I am presenting Anya as not exactly committal. I mean, committal to the mission, but committal to relationships, not really. No, she seems to flit about, and she will continue to do that. So we'll see how things go between Anya and Caden. I think it's definitely going to be a unique playthrough for me, against all my other shepherds. So, in any case, yeah, I don't take any joy in knowing that Ash will be no more on this team, and like Jenkins, when she dies on Virmire, she's dead. So yeah, kind of, yes, as I said, shit gets real on Virmire, and this is something I really wish was the truth. After all these side quests we've done, I wish there was some button I could push somewhere that would say, "Give me the next dialogue with Ash."
Commander?
But I don't think that will happen.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't maintain themselves. Not yet, anyway.
So, yeah.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am?
That is another downside of doing Virmire earlier than you would otherwise, is that you'll miss out on a full round of conversations with one of your human squad. And I think that is a shame. Alright, but we're not in Virmire yet. And in fact, if you were paying really close attention, you remember that one of my side quests wasn't 100% complete. So I'm thinking this human squad of mine and me should have one little last run, fighting the good fight. Okay, we're just coming from Antisai, of course, and that means we're finished with Phoenix, and for the moment, we're finished with Argos Row. I actually think we have to come back here at some point later as well. Alright, so yeah, if you remember correctly, it was here in Luna. We didn't actually finish everything that could be done here. And as noted before, Luna is really the only place you can go when you visit the local cluster and Sol system. And we've already read this, of course. And I believe this is the first time I've ever selected these two. I mean, we have been together before, but that's because on Eden Prime, Anderson had picked this squad for me. Well, no, pardon me. Anderson picked Caden and Jenkins, and then we picked up Ash while we were down there. And then, but Anderson would have picked these two for our first arrival on the Citadel. And so yeah, I would never have actually realized until now just how well balanced this squad actually ended up being. That's because Ash provides the full combat strength, and then Caden and I split the biotic and tech strength. So so let me jump out real quick.
Securing point.
Alright, so yes, we're back here on the moon. The training ground is indeed destroyed and dealt with, but there was a set of turrets up here we didn't actually see, but as we were heading to the grounds, we happened to notice some turrets down here, so that's where we're going to go. One thing I didn't do at the in the actual episode at Pinnacle Station was verify or change my just want to make sure everybody knew that I wasn't still at a lower easier difficulty here. Back to hardcore. And I shouldn't have to change that again throughout the rest of the game. Alright, my squad screen was blinking. That means we have some points to distribute. Caden, we're now working on advanced neural shock with him. And Ash is all set because we just had her at Pinnacle Station. Alright. And I'm all set too, of course. Let's make sure we're all using the right guns. Assault rifle, pistol, and pistol. And I think I've got everybody already set up in tungsten because these are turrets we're facing. Yes. Okay. Yeah, she's got the assault rifle level 10. He's got a pistol level 7, Master Gear 7, and I have the Master Gear 10 pistol too. So we're in pretty good shape. Those turrets don't stand a chance. So yes, I could have sniped these guys from afar, but what is the point of having one last fun mission with your all-human squad if you can't get up close and personal to the enemies? Leveled up. And they took care of that turf. Nice. 846 XP per turret. That's a pretty good boatload of XP coming out of this. We leveled up. Oh, so very close to Master Barrier. Another step closer to advanced neural shock. 20% additional damage reduction and hardening. Very nice.
Ready to move.
I'm on it.
I almost never do this. Kind of see how your squad follows behind you. Pretty much the same way that you run. Oops, and I almost bumped into the Mako.
Redeploying.
Damn, are we
Clear.
good. What a team.
Waiting for orders.
Ready.
It's kind of a pity we can't talk more. Swap some stories, talk about the good old days. Eden Prime. Well. Kind of was hoping that would last a little longer too. I guess that much Spectre Master Gear makes for a short work. I don't think that's exhaust. I think that is very slight movements by the wheels, probably on a little bit of an incline here. Pretty cool. A little bit of dust regolith being bounced up. Alright, well, we picked up a decent amount of XP there. And we got to hang out with our humans for one last time. Alright, I guess back to the business of saving the galaxy. Alright, and by way of demo, or yeah, I guess by way of demo, there's someone slightly uncomfortable thing I have to do. I mean, certainly if you're playing the game blind, you have no idea what's coming, and Virmire is just any other mission, as far as you know. But once you know somebody's about to be offed by the rules of the game, well, when you play it again, you can kind of be ready for that moment. And no, that doesn't mean going up and giving her a hug. It means stripping her of all her worldly good loot. So because I want this Spectre 10 assault rifle. And actually, I didn't even mean to transfer those. I want that rail extension. I want those frictionless materials. I want those tungsten rounds. Sorry, Ash. The good news is that this does not affect her ability to actually perform her duties here on the last Virmire. She actually, both human squad mates actually do have work to do on Virmire, even if you don't select them. And you'll see that as we get to it. This is not light armor. This is medium armor. Therefore, I can't give it to anyone else, and therefore she can wear it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give her a shield modulator 6. I mean, if you didn't know that her armor and mods don't actually affect her performance, then you would not. You might actually want to better equip her just to give her an assist, but yeah, it doesn't actually matter. But I don't need that particular mod, so it's kind of the same as selling it. I think that was everything I wanted, right? Because she has to be equipped with a gun in each of these slots, so there would be nothing we could do there. Alright. That's the best we can do there. I'm going to go ahead and give the Master Assault Rifle to Rex. Leaves me with some level 7, which I think Garrus, yeah, he already has one, so actually you can sell this now. But I'll do that later. Okay. What else? Is there anything else I need to do before we head off to Virmire? I don't think so. So, yeah, I guess we can just get ourselves parked up by the map and ready to depart. Oh, and just for consistency's sake, I'm going to take a peek. After all those side quests, that locker should not be restocked, and it's not. So the question, of course, will be, will it be restocked after Virmire? We will see. If it isn't, I'm really going to bang my head against the wall, because then I will once again not know how the locker works. That takes me downstairs, doesn't it? And it's upstairs I want to go. Yes, I've done that actually many times, thinking the elevators would take me back to the galaxy map. Oh well. Alright. Drop a save. Alright. Virmire and the fate of the galaxy awaits. And we'll pick up that story from right here next time.